got some rather unfortunate news regarding former linebacker of the Florida State Seminoles and former linebacker of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Geno Hayes. He has been placed in hospice care at age 33. That is something very, very unfortunate. Hospice care, in case people don't know what that is where players are taken if they have very serious life-threatening conditions of theirs. So basically, he told ESPN that he was in the hospital last month. He had been placed on a waiting list for a transplant at the Mayo Clinic at Northwestern Medicine in December, and he was hospitalized over 20 times in the past year. And he said, and I quote, "The first diagnosis they gave me was alcoholic cirrhosis, but when we dug in deeper, it became just chronic liver disease. Because I don't drink like that, if I did drink, it was just like wine or something like that. My body is made different," and that's what the doctor said. Everybody's made different. He went from 220 pounds, Nate, to 150, which is a very, very unhealthy decreasing weight. And then he said this was when I was first diagnosed. He also said that liver disease, it runs in his family, and it has affected people very, very badly from 25 to 34. Involving alcoholic liver cirrhosis that has affected people very, very badly. And he later on talks about the type of medications that he was getting, and he said, and I quote, "I didn't do like regular guys do with the Toradol shots. I just took NSAIDs." I said that completely wrong, but I don't care. "I thought it was safer, but once I get out and started doing research, I was like, oh, my body is not set up for this." And a little bit of background information on when he played. He played for the Buccaneers from 2018 to 2011. He played for the Chicago Bears in 2012 and the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2013 and 2014. And this is a quote right here regarding just a little bit of information regarding what he's been going through. He said, and I quote, "At first, I didn't let my kids come around when I was in the hospital, who was his children were 13 and 8 years old with his wife, Chevelle." He says, "Over time, we eased into them knowing about me, and now they know how to handle things. I went into a depression for literally 3 months, supreme depression." And then he said, "I wanted more to know, but didn't want to be a burden. Being in my position, I was always so private that I closed myself off to people. I'm enjoying life. I'm spending more time with my kids, and I really want to help people. My main goal is just to inspire the next person, no matter what they're going through, no matter who talks bad about them, family, friends, social media, all that crap. It doesn't matter. You take care of you. Make sure you're straight. That's all I want to do." And before I pass on to you, Nate, this article was written by Geno Hayes, ESPN staff writer. So I'll start off with you first, Nate.
Yeah, well, first of all, best of luck to Geno Hayes, and, hopefully he has a speedy recovery. Yeah, it's very, very unfortunate, Mario, and like you said, with the weight loss going from 220 to 150 pounds, that is extremely unhealthy. That's almost a 100-pound weight loss. That's insane, and it's unfortunate how liver diseases run through families. I know some families, they have cancer that runs through my family. I know cancer runs through my family like crazy. Same thing with arthritis. Especially on my mom's side of the family, arthritis runs very, very high in the family. Other families, they have other sicknesses that run through the family. It's crazy, and when that happens, a lot of people expect their descendants to get that same thing, and it's very, very unfortunate. It really is. And back to the medicine thing, that's where you got to be very, very careful. And I'm not blaming him or anything. Sometimes you take a medicine, you feel like that's right for you, but then you come to realize that it's not. Either it doesn't do anything for you, or if you react to it in a very, very negative way. And that's where I say you got to be careful. That's why when you watch these advertisements with things like Viagra and other medicines for like sicknesses and colds and whatnot, they always tell you that one of the things that a lot of people forget that they tell you at the end of the advertisement, and I know this because my mom and dad are very, very old school. They still watch cable TV, but anyway, it's not important. But they always say, talk to your doctor if this, whatever it is you're talking about, is right for you. Now, of course, again, I'm not saying that's not his fault. Again, I'm saying that, with situations like that, not everybody's body is going to react to it in the way that they advertise it to do so. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. That's why I always say you got to be careful with the kind of medicine you take. Not only because they retain some drug in it, where if you go take a drug test, you fail it, but how is your body going to react to that? You know what I mean? And I don't want you guys to be worried about that, but you also got to keep that in mind, you know. But again, I'm not blaming him. You know, these type of things do happen, and it's just unfortunate, you know. But um, as for a family side of things, yeah, I mean, I can understand why he didn't let his kids see him in the first couple of months, because like if that was me in that situation, and I had kids, I don't want my kids to see me like that. I really don't. I don't want them to see me like that. You know, and I know I said this a couple of days ago, how the kid, parents are taught to, you know, parents are taught to let the kids, you know, understand that the parents need to die, and it shouldn't be the other way around. But you know, still, you know, they're little kids. You know, I don't want my little kids seeing their father on a hospital bed fighting for his life. That's just not how it should be. You know, especially when you're at a very very young age. But you know, with that being said, you know, I do wish, you know, Haynes the best of luck. I wish his family the best of luck, and I'm hoping he pulls through. He has a speedy recovery.
Yeah, same thing. You know, I hope that he has a speedy recovery. You know, hospitalized care is something very, very serious, and I hope he can pull through it. I'll start off first with what you said about about medicine. You couldn't be more right. You know, you couldn't be. Obviously, talk to your doctor before you take him. I hear that a lot too during the advertisements. But the thing was, he was taking over-the-counter medication, and they were painkillers. And he said, I never took more than the amount that they told me, the directions told me on the bottle. But again, you got to be very, very careful with pain medication. Okay, you got to be very, very careful, because it ain't no joke. You can definitely get addicted to that too. A lot of Brett Favre is a perfect example. He got addicted to that during his career.
Right, and
he was in pain, and he kept taking them, and it's not healthy for you.
most of the time, painkillers have codeine in them, so you gotta be careful with. That's a very serious drug.
Right, and it's unfortunate that he had to deal with this type of stuff too, like liver disease and or liver cirrhosis. Is unfortunate he had to deal with that too. You know, especially for a guy who doesn't drink a lot, too. Like if the guy kept drinking and drinking and drinking, I understand it, but he doesn't drink a lot. Like you said, if I did, it'd be something like wine, you know, and that would be it. So the fact, but it's not really unfortunate that liver disease is in his family. That's really unfortunate too. That's hereditary, and it passes on to you no matter what you do. Well, I'll say this, I do commend him, because during the end of this article, he did talk about how he wants to be, you know, he wants to inspire people. He wants to bring knowledge about this. You know, he wants to help people. He wants to make people realize, like, look, even though I didn't want my kids to see me like that, it led to a point where I was depressed, and it led to a point where I was shutting out my family, and it wasn't something I should be doing. He's teaching them, like, look, now I'm enjoying my life, even though he's in hospice now, which is unfortunate. He is enjoying he's spending time with his kids, you know, he wants to help people and all that type of stuff. And I absolutely applaud him for that. You know, and that's a lesson. You know, you might be through a dark point in your life, but there's always light at the other side of the tunnel. You know, it doesn't have to end. It doesn't have to start dark and end dark. It doesn't have to go like that. You can find the light and you can go through it. It's as simple as that. But that's the whole point of this article that I really point to, is that he wants to help people. He wants to spread awareness to this. You know, he wants to educate people. He wants to let people know, look, if you're going through the stuff I'm going through, it's not good to shut people out. If you shut people out, you're not living your best life. Simple as that. So again, you know, he seems like a very, very good guy. You know, he spent like 5 years in the NFL. Might not have been the best NFL career, but still, regardless, he did something that not many people could do, which is play in the NFL. But now he's taken on another challenge in his life. It's a big challenge. It's a very serious challenge, but I hope that he can pull through, man. I really do, because this seems like a very, very good guy, a very nice guy, and somebody that a lot of people in this world need, or somebody that a lot of people in this world should be like, is this guy right here. So with that being said, you know, I'm praying that he stays alive. You know, I'm wishing the best of luck to him and his family, and I hope to see him in good health.